Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is actually my very first video. So for a while I was really afraid to do a YouTube channel just because of a lot of self-doubt and some insecurities that I had. And I know this sounds so cliche or whatever, but with a new year here, I was so motivated and excited to try something new and like go outside of my comfort zone, just so you guys get an idea of what my channel is going to be. Of course, the center of it's going to be like different beauty related things like makeup, skincare, hair care, all of that good stuff, but it's also talking about inner beauty as well and taking care of yourself on the inside. That is super, super important to me. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the tutorial. So typically before I begin my everyday makeup routine, I like to wash my face before I do that. So this is the cleanser that I use. It's the Neutrogena Deep Clean Cream Cleanser. And it's pretty affordable, but it's honestly the only cleanser that I've used so far that doesn't make me break out or make me super oily. I think because it's oil-free. And I have pretty sensitive skin, so I'd say this is a pretty good cleanser if you have sensitive skin. For moisturizer, this oil-free moisture with sunscreen by Neutrogena. I also use this vitamin C serum by Kylie Skin. I did that all already to prep my skin for makeup. So to further prime my skin, I use this jelly primer. It's probably the most unique primer I've ever seen. But let me see if you can see that. And then it kind of has like a jelly consistency. And I put it all over my skin. Like I said before, I was a little put off that it was like a jelly consistency, but it works pretty well. So moving right along, I'm going to now apply my foundation. The foundation that I use is called Juvia's Place. And it's the I Am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation. And my shade is Capri 630. So usually I take a beauty blender and I like to dampen it with warm water first. I just got this one and it's a little weird to me that it's not like, this is how it came and I wet it, and usually they expand a little bit, but this one didn't expand at all. And it like smells a little weird, so I don't know about this beauty blender. But typically my favorite beauty blender is the one by Eco Tools. I really like that one. So we're just gonna take our beauty blender and we're gonna blend it in. I don't really know if I like this beauty blender. It's like really stiff and I like my beauty blenders to be like fluffy. And this isn't fluffy, it's like a rock. And I just like, I don't like dragging it. I like to kind of press it in and just jump around the face a little bit. Now, I've been searching endlessly for a really good foundation, and me and my friend one day, I was helping her find some makeup and we came across Juvia's Place, and I was like, ooh, I follow them on Instagram. They have like really pretty eyeshadow palettes, but I was like, I don't know, let's see how their foundation and their other stuff is. So we did some swatching. And I was like, I'm definitely gonna come back for this and try it. So with Christmas just passing, I got some Ulta Beauty gift cards and I got me the foundation as well as the concealer and like the setting powder, which we will move on to in a minute. Okay, this beauty blender is awful. I got it from ICING, so that's probably why. 3-piece sponge set for $14.99 at ICING. I don't recommend. Like I said, I like my beauty sponges to be very squishy and soft. So like when you're putting it on, you're like, oh, I feel like I have to really press down, like I'm honestly sweating right now. I don't like it. And I'm just gonna throw this away because it's garbage. Now we're gonna move on to the under eye concealer. I bought Juvia's Place again. And this one, it says 20 on the bottom, so I assume that's what the shade is. And I usually put just a few little dots under my eye and then down the nose a little bit. And then kind of like a small T down here. I realized I threw away my other beauty blender, but it came in a 3-pack. So I'm just going to go through these real quick and throw them away because they honestly suck. So I like to use this Purlisse, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Purlisse brightening serum. And I like using that for my under eye. So I usually just do a little drop. Then I take my garbage beauty blender and I'm going to press it under my eye. This is the I Am Magic setting powder in White Sands. So it kind of looks like that. I don't want to spill it all. Okay, so there's some powder right there. And we're just gonna press that under our eyes. And this will help your under eye set. They call this technique baking. So we're gonna bake. Okay, so we're gonna throw this piece of crap away. Next, what we're gonna do is take an angled brush like this one, and I'm going to use my Kylie Pressed Powder Face Palette. I got this one for Christmas from my husband, and I'm just gonna use this Toasty shade right here. Upward strokes, like so. So I put some along the lines of my cheekbones, and then I also put it on my forehead right here. I like to use brush strokes upward on here on the cheekbones, but then I like to kind of pat it into my forehead. I also like to put some powder down here to conceal that double chin. I'm going to take a fluffy brush now. So I'm going to use that Toasty shade again in my Kylie palette, and I'm just going to lightly contour my nose. Do like almost like a V under here. And then I like to go along my nostrils and then along my nose. Okay, so then we're going to take a large fluffy brush, like so. Face powder to kind of blend everything in. I use the Can't Stop, Won't Stop setting powder by NYX, and this is in light medium. Luckily it has a lot on the lid, but this is what it looks like on the inside. I'm just going to take it and kind of blend my nose. And then I'm going to blend my forehead a little bit. I take a brush like this, it's kind of like a flat brush, and I'm going to sweep away the excess powder. So then I'm going to take a blush brush. This is from the Unicorn Cosmetics. This one's called Baddie on the Block, and I'm gonna put this Baddie on my my cheeks. Okay, I am going to use my favorite highlighter by KKW Beauty, Kim Kardashian's line, and this highlighter is to die for. It's called Tempting, and just so you can get a look, ugh, like seriously, it's the best. So I'm gonna use this tapered blending brush by Elizabeth Mott, and this is kind of what it looks like. It's just a really great fluffy brush. Kind of dip into here like that, and then I'm gonna put the leftover on my chin because I don't like to have too much on my chin, and just a dab up here. And I just put this along the line right here, but just a little bit right here. What we're gonna dive into next, and I'm going to use this Going Coconuts ColourPop palette, and this is what it looks like on the inside. Oh, I haven't even taken the little film off. I like to like keep those in there to like preserve the palette for as long as possible. I'm a weirdo. Usually for an everyday look, I like to use Shredded, Colada, Lovely Bunch, and a little bit of Nutty. All right, so anyway, we're gonna move in with a big fluffy brush. So, and I'm actually gonna take Colada, which is this one right here. I'm gonna take this Colada shade and I'm gonna put that all over my lid. I kind of want this look to be softer. So I'm going to take this Morphe and Jeffree Star brush, and this is the JS6, and it kind of looks like that there. And I'm going to take Lovely Bunch, which is the shade right here. So I'm going to put this shade and put it right on my crease. And this is called the Mini Tapered Blending Brush. We're gonna take this brush and we're going to dip it into Nutty, our edge right here. And we're kind of gonna take that and sweep it up into our crease. All right, then we're gonna take a flat brush. This one is the JS10 Morphe and Jeffree Star brush. I just want a matte eye look today, so we're gonna go into Shredded. Now we're gonna move on to eyeliner, which is honestly my most dreaded part. I use this NYX matte liquid liner, and I use this kind of as guidelines. So this is actually my favorite liquid eyeliner. I'm probably butchering all these names, but I'm gonna say Ciate or Ciate, I don't know. London, Ciate maybe? Ciate, I don't know. It's the Stamp and Drag. This is it. And that's the stamp side. I've only used that a couple times and it's honestly, it's okay. The side that I really love is how pointy this pen is. This one is just so precise and like you don't even have to press very hard and the liquid comes out really great. Go from here to our point and we're gonna sweep it over just a straight line. Okay, here we go. And very lightly just kind of bring it back into the middle. And this, like I said, I love it because you don't have to press so hard. You can just literally like glide it on. Whereas like other liquid liners, I've noticed you're just like sitting there coloring your eye like, where is it? What's happening? Now, if you mess up, what I like to do is go back with a Q-tip and just brush it over the top. I don't care what anyone says, liquid eyeliner is hard. I literally dread it, but it like makes your eye look so good, especially once you have eyelashes. So let me be right back. I'm gonna go get a Q-tip. So literally a century and a half later, we finally finished our eyeliner and we're gonna move on to curling our eyelashes and applying some mascara. So we're gonna take our mascara, and the mascara I'm using is by Thrive Cosmetics and it's Liquid Lash Extensions. We're going to put on our false eyelashes. I'm using the Kiss number 11s. My preference in lashes is to have a thin band. So as you can see here, these ones are gently used, so I've worn them like maybe twice before, but they have a very clean, small band. I don't like thick banded eyelashes because those always lift and come off and they suck. Strip Lash Adhesive with Aloe in Black by Kiss. And we're just going to apply it gently across, just a thin layer. We're just gonna go along the lash line right here and press. I usually start from this end over here and kind of like gently press it over. So then I take my eyelash curler again and I just kind of pulse it and squeeze, just so I can forge the lash, my lash and my false lash together. It is not a good look when you can tell like fake lash, real lash, and you can see the separation. That's not a good look. And then typically I go back with an angled brush and I use a black eyeshadow. So I'm gonna take my Belle Jordan Makeup Forever palette and I'm gonna use this color Lola, and we're just gonna like brush a little bit of black along our lash line to make it look seamless and nice. Now we're gonna go back into our Going Coconuts palette and we're going to take that darkest color and I'm just going to sweep it under like my lower lash line. I go from all the way from this little point in my eye to my eyeliner. Then we're gonna take our mascara again and just do a light brushing across our lower lashes. So we're gonna move on to brows now. I'm going to start with this Benefit brow pencil. This is how it looks. I usually work on my outer edges first and then like work my way in. I also get my eyebrows threaded probably every 2 weeks. I am due now for another brow threading, but I just go to this lady and let her handle it because plucking or waxing or anything like that is seriously like, I can't do it. I move on to the Foolproof brow powder. So it looks like this. I'm gonna take an angled brush that comes with it. Since I have such dark hair, I like to use the dark side. I use all over my brow. But I just literally sweep that over what I just drew. I like to just kind of go back and forth and blend. I am not going for those brows that look painted on or that look cakey because I like everything to look as natural as possible. I look really angry when I do my brows because I like to get that arch really defined. Then we're gonna take this brow gel, and this one is by Le Beaute Fatale Brow Fix Tint and Shaper. And this hands down is like my favorite brow gel that I use. Now that we are done with our brows, we can finally move on to our lips. My favorite shade at the moment is Kylie Cosmetics, and it's actually in shade Kylie. And then I put on chapstick. You take your chapstick and you put it on your lips, like so. So now we're gonna take our lip liner and we're going to line our lips before we apply the lipsticks. I'm gonna take my liquid lipstick, do a thin layer on my lips. Final step, I use the Tarte Stay Spray, and I'm going to just spray that all over my face. This smells really nice. I got my wig to conceal all that nasty hair underneath. So this is the complete look. This is my everyday makeup routine. And you're like, wow, that literally took like a century to get through. But that's how it feels like every day. But yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please like it and subscribe. I hope you guys have a wonderful new year.